Greetings, in today's video we will discuss about a book called The Wealth of Nations by Adam Smith. After we run through summary and detail by chapter, we will have a look at the key takeaways. And stay with me till the end of video for bonus fun facts. The Wealth of Nations is a seminal work by the Scottish economist Adam Smith, first published in 1776. It is considered one of the most influential books in the field of economics and is widely regarded as the foundation of classical economics and modern capitalism. The book explores various aspects of economics, including the division of labor, the role of self-interest, the operation of markets, and the principles of economic growth. Smith begins by discussing the division of labor and its role in increasing productivity. He argues that by specializing in particular tasks, individuals can become more efficient, leading to higher overall production. He uses the example of a pin factory to illustrate how the division of labor can significantly enhance productivity. Smith emphasizes the importance of self-interest in economic activities. He argues that individuals, driven by self-interest, strive to maximize their own wealth and well-being. However, he observes that the pursuit of self-interest, when combined with free markets, ultimately benefits society as a whole. Through the invisible hand mechanism, individual self-interest leads to the allocation of resources in the most efficient manner, generating wealth and improving living standards for society. Smith delves into the functioning of markets and the concept of supply and demand. He emphasizes that markets should be allowed to operate freely without government intervention or excessive regulation. According to Smith, when buyers and sellers are free to engage in voluntary exchanges, prices naturally adjust to reflect supply and demand, leading to optimal resource allocation and economic efficiency. Another crucial aspect of Smith's work is his critique of mercantilism, the prevailing economic theory at the time. Smith argues against the idea that a nation's wealth is solely determined by its accumulation of gold and silver. Instead, he proposes that real wealth lies in the productive capacity of a nation, measured by the total value of goods and services it can produce. Smith also discusses economic growth and development. He emphasizes the importance of factors such as investment, capital accumulation, technological progress, and the expansion of markets in fostering economic growth. He argues that these factors, coupled with the division of labor and specialization, contribute to increasing overall wealth and prosperity in society. The Wealth of Nations covers a broad range of topics related to economics and provides a comprehensive analysis of the principles underlying market economies. Smith's work has had a profound and lasting impact on the field of economics, shaping subsequent theories and policies and laying the groundwork for the development of modern capitalism. Now, here's a more detailed breakdown of The Wealth of Nations by Adam Smith, chapter by chapter. Book I, of the Causes of Improvement in the Productive Powers of Labor. Chapter 1. Smith discusses the division of labor and its role in increasing productivity, using the example of a pin factory. Chapter 2, he explores the importance of the specialization of labor and how it leads to improved efficiency and increased production. Chapter 3, Smith examines the role of capital accumulation in economic growth, emphasizing the need for savings and investment. Chapter 4, he explores the concept of natural and market prices and explains how they are determined by supply and demand. Chapter 5, Smith discusses the role of wages and profits in determining the value of goods and services. Book 2, of the nature, accumulation, and employment of stock. Chapter 1, Smith explains the concept of capital and its various forms, including fixed and circulating capital. Chapter 2, he examines the factors that determine the rate of profit in different industries and how it affects the allocation of capital. Chapter 3, Smith discusses the role of agriculture, manufacturing, and trade in economic development. Chapter 4, he explores the drawbacks of colonial trade policies and argues against the monopolization of markets. Chapter 5, Smith examines the factors that influence wages, including supply and demand, the nature of the industry, and the bargaining power of workers. Book 3, of the different progress of opulence in different nations. Chapter 1, Smith explores the causes of the wealth of nations and argues against the prevailing mercantilist theory. Chapter 2, he discusses the factors that contribute to the accumulation of capital, including peace, low taxes, and a stable legal system. Chapter 3, Smith examines the role of agriculture and its relationship to manufacturing and commerce. Chapter 4, he discusses the role of education and the division of labor in promoting economic growth. Chapter 5, Smith explores the concept of the circulating capital and its role in stimulating economic activity. Book 4, of Systems of Political Economy. Chapter 1, Smith discusses the concept of the invisible hand and argues for the benefits of free markets and minimal government intervention. Chapter 2, he criticizes various economic systems, including mercantilism and monopoly, and advocates for free trade. Chapter 3, Smith explores the role of colonies in relation to the wealth of nations. Chapter 4, he discusses the effects of regulations and government intervention on economic activity. Chapter 5, Smith examines the principles of taxation, emphasizing the importance of fairness and equity. Book V, of the revenue of the sovereign or commonwealth. Chapter 1, Smith discusses the different sources of public revenue, including taxes and public borrowing. Chapter 2, he explores the principles of taxation and argues against oppressive and burdensome taxes. Chapter 3, Smith examines the advantages and disadvantages of different types of taxes. Chapter 4, he discusses public debts and the impact of borrowing on the economy. Chapter 5, Smith explores the role of government expenditure and the importance of prudent fiscal management. Overall, The Wealth of Nations covers a wide range of topics, providing a comprehensive analysis of the principles and mechanisms underlying market economies. Smith's work continues to be influential in the field of economics and has shaped our understanding of capitalism and economic development. Key takeaways from The Wealth of Nations by Adam Smith include: 1. Division of labor. Smith emphasizes the benefits of the division of labor, whereby individuals specialize in specific tasks, leading to increased productivity and economic growth. 2. Self-interest in the invisible hand. Smith argues that individuals pursuing their self-interest in a free market system ultimately benefit society as a whole. The invisible hand mechanism guides the allocation of resources, ensuring that self-interested actions result in optimal outcomes for the economy. 3. Free markets and limited government intervention. Smith advocates for free markets, where buyers and sellers engage in voluntary exchanges without excessive government regulation. He criticizes mercantilism and emphasizes the importance of allowing market forces to determine prices, allocate resources, and promote economic efficiency. 4. Wealth creation and productive capacity. Smith challenges the notion that a nation's wealth is solely measured by its accumulation of gold and silver. Instead, he focuses on the productive capacity of a nation, which is determined by its ability to produce goods and services. Economic growth and prosperity are achieved through factors such as investment, capital accumulation, technological progress, and expanded markets. 5. Critique of protectionism. Smith criticizes protectionist trade policies and argues in favor of free trade. He highlights the benefits of international specialization and exchange, as nations can focus on producing goods and services in which they have a comparative advantage. 6. Principles of taxation. Smith discusses the principles of fair and equitable taxation, emphasizing that taxes should be proportionate to an individual's ability to pay. He cautions against excessive taxation, which can hinder economic activity and discourage productivity. 7. Public finance and prudent fiscal management. Smith explores the sources of public revenue, including taxes and public borrowing. He emphasizes the importance of prudent fiscal management, avoiding excessive public debt and wasteful government expenditure. 8. Education and infrastructure. Smith recognizes the role of education, infrastructure, and institutions in fostering economic development. He emphasizes the importance of investing in human capital and providing a conducive environment for economic growth. Overall, The Wealth of Nations promotes the idea that economic prosperity is achieved through individual freedom, free markets, and the pursuit of self-interest, while also highlighting the importance of sound economic policies and institutions for the well-being of nations. Bonus: here are some fun facts about The Wealth of Nations and its author, Adam Smith. Original title: the full title of the book is an inquiry into the nature and causes of the wealth of nations. However, it is commonly referred to as The Wealth of Nations for brevity. Smith's nickname, Adam Smith, is often referred to as the father of economics or the father of capitalism due to his significant contributions to economic theory and his advocacy for free markets. Influence on economics: The Wealth of Nations is considered a foundational work in the field of economics. It laid the groundwork for classical economics and influenced subsequent economists, including David Ricardo, John Stuart Mill, and Friedrich Hayek. Publication date: the book was published on March 9, 1776. Interestingly, this is the same year that the United States declared its independence, making it a significant year for both economic and political developments. Lengthy manuscript: The Wealth of Nations is a substantial work, spanning over 900 pages in its original edition. Smith spent years compiling and refining his ideas before its publication. The pin factory example: one of the most memorable examples in the book is the discussion of the pin factory. Smith illustrates how the division of labor in a pin factory can significantly increase productivity, highlighting the benefits of specialization. Contemporary relevance: despite being published over 2 centuries ago, many of the concepts and ideas presented in The Wealth of Nations remain relevant today. Smith's ideas on free markets, self-interest, and economic growth continue to shape modern economic theory and policy. Smith's other works: while The Wealth of Nations is his most famous work, Adam Smith also wrote another influential book titled The Theory of Moral Sentiments, 1759. This earlier work explores ethics, human nature, and the moral foundations of society. Academic career: Adam Smith held various academic positions throughout his life. He was a professor of moral philosophy at the University of Glasgow, where he taught subjects such as ethics, jurisprudence, and political economy. Influence on the Scottish Enlightenment: Adam Smith was an integral part of the Scottish Enlightenment, a period of intellectual and scientific advancement in Scotland during the 18th century. His ideas on economics, philosophy, and social sciences contributed to the intellectual climate of the time. These fun facts highlight the significance of both the book and the author in the history of economics and the development of economic thought. Thank you for watching this video, hope you find it useful to develop better you better me. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, and don't forget to check my other videos.